share with you this week's Parshas Chukas, something very nice from the Rebbe's father, Reb Yitzchok Zatzal. There is a Zohar in this week's Parsha, and the Rebbe's father explains it. And our Rebbe, many Farbrengens, expounded on the explanation of his father, and it was printed later in Lekutei Sichos, Parshas Vayera, in Chilek Chofei Lekutei Sichos. And together, we have a beautiful, beautiful explanation on the Zohar and the Parsha. The Zohar and Daf Kuf in Testament base, Chukas says a story that Rabbi Shimion Ben Yair, his son Rebbe Elozor, Rabbi Yitzchok and Rebbe, they were sitting at the house, visiting the house of Reb Pinchos Ben Yair. Reb Pinchos Ben Yair turned to Rabbi Shimion Ben Yair and he said, Rebbe, can you expound something on the subject of Addma, the Red Heifer, for this week's Parsha? Reb Shimion, it says, turned to his son Elozor and asked him, Elozor, I want you to expound something. And Elozor did. There's many questions that the Rebbe's father explains in this story. First he asks, very simple, why did Reb Shimion himself, why didn't he himself expound? He turned to his son Elozor. And also, why did Reb Pichis Ben Yair, from all the things of the Torah, ask Reb Shimion, could you expound something on Addma? What's the connection between Addma and Reb Pichis Ben Yair? So first, he says, so beautiful, that in this week's Parsha we find that the one who prepared the Addma wasn't the high priest Aaron HaKohen himself. It was his son Elozor. Same thing over here too. Reb Shimion Ben Yair said, I'm similar like the Kohen Gadol. And he turned to his son Elozor, said, just like in this week's Parsha, Elozor does the whole preparation and the service of the Addma. Also, my son Elozor will explain and darshan on the subject of Addma. Now, why was it Reb Pichis Ben Yair, from everything that he asked, that he asked Reb Shimion to expound on Addma? Explain to Rabbi Yitzchok something very beautiful. It says in Zohar that Reb Pichis Ben Yair, his personality, his virtue, his nature, was very similar to Avram. Avram was Midas HaChesed. And also, Reb Pinchos Ben Yair was also, he was Midas HaChesed. And here you see how beautiful, as you see in a moment, we're going to connect what says in Zohar, what says in Nigla the Torah in Gemara, and we see how it all comes together. So Rabbi Yitzchok says, since the Zohar says that Reb Shimion Ben Yair, that Reb Pichis Ben Yair is similar to Avraham Avinu, we find that by Avraham Avinu in Parshas Vayera, that when he asked Hashem, he davened to Hashem, please don't turn over his doim. He said, "Vanoichen ayam ofor va'efer, ofor ayin pei reish, dust, va'efer aleph pei reish, ashes." I'm nothing, but I'm still asking you on behalf of the Anshe's doim. The Gemara says in Masechta Soita Daf Yitzayin Amar Aleph, because Avraham Avinu said these two words, I am like dust and ashes, he got two mitzvahs. Dust, when it comes to the mitzvah of Soita in the Beis HaMikdash, they would take some dust, some soil, sand for the Beis HaMikdash, and they would put it into the water, and they would check out the whole situation of a Soita. Efer, ashes, was the mitzvah Addma. Now when somebody becomes impure, he touched a dead body, he couldn't go to the Beis HaMikdash for 7 days. The only way he could become pure, you sprinkle on him some of the ashes and the water, and he becomes pure. Now, so similar, so Pichis Ben Yair is just like Avraham Avinu, from him came the mitzvah of Addma. Also Pichis Ben Yair, he asked about, please expound the mitzvah of Addma. Asked the Rebbe, that's very interesting, but there must be something deeper. What's the connection between Avram, Pichis Ben Yair, and specifically Addma? And with this we say something very, very nice. There's two things the Rebbe Yitzchok says. We find in Gemara how Reb Pichis Ben Yair is similar to Avraham Avinu, and this will explain to us why he picked Addma. Number one, the Gemara says in Chulin, Daf Zayin Amar Aleph, the Gemara says a story. Reb Pichis Ben Yair was a big tzaddik in one of the sages of the Talmud. He left his learning and he got involved in the mitzvah. He traveled to help somebody, a pidyon shvuim, somebody, a yid, who was captured, and he went to redeem him. And then it continues, the Gemara says, on the way, Reb Pichis Ben Yair was traveling with his donkey, and the owners of the hotel, they wanted to feed the donkey. He stayed overnight, and the donkey wouldn't eat. And then Reb Pichis Ben Yair told him, most probably you're serving the donkey not kosher food. This donkey is doing a mitzvah with me. And then they found out, yes, it was barley that wasn't tithed. They didn't do mitzvah of Maisa, giving the tenth away to the Levi. So it wasn't kosher barley. So we see from here two things from this Gemara in Chulin Daf Zayin. That, number one, Reb Pichis Ben Yair left his own learning, his own service to Hashem, to help another Yid, Pidyon Shvuim, a captured Jew. Same thing with Avraham Avinu. We find in Parshas Lech Lecha, Avraham Avinu's nephew Lot was captured by the four kings. Now Avraham Avinu left everything and went and got involved in Pidyon Shvuim, just like Pichis Ben Yair. So we see a similarity. And then also, just like the Gemara says over there, the holiness of Reb Pichis Ben Yair affected even the animal that he only ate kosher, this chamoy, this donkey. Also we find that Avraham Avinu, especially about his donkey, the donkey that he went on by the Akedah from Parshas Vayera. The Gemara says, the Rashi brings down in Parshas Shmois, for the Pirkei of Elozor, that this donkey was the same donkey that Moshe rode on, and also Mashiach will also come with this donkey. Only b'roichiv ala chamoyer. So we see that the holiness of Avraham Avinu affected the donkey, just like Pichis Ben Yair. So we see a similarity. And now we'll understand why Pichis Ben Yair and Avraham Avinu, through his words, Eifer, got the mitzvah Parah Aduma. Parah Aduma, we find a very interesting thing. The Mishnah says in Sof Perek Daled of Nesichta Parah, that every Kohen who gets involved in the mitzvah of Parah Aduma, he himself will become Tameh. He will become impure. A Kohen is holy. He's pure. He does the service in the holy temple. The moment he goes out to help another Jew who became impure, to be involved in helping him, elevating him, bringing him back to holiness, purifying him, the Kohen himself will become Tameh. He can't go to Beis Mikdash for 24 hours, and he has to, till the evening, he has to go to the mikveh, etc. And his garments become Tameh. So we see from here, Parah Aduma shows an interesting thing, that you have Mesiras Nefesh. You give yourself away for helping somebody else. And that's the same virtue we see by Avraham Avinu. He left everything and to help another Jew, a captured person, and also Pichis Ben Yair, he left everything to help another Jew. And with this, the Rebbe is saying so beautiful, they both had Midas HaChesed, but it was a special type of Midas HaChesed. You have a wealthy person, he's very, very wealthy, gives away some charity for tzedakah. It doesn't even make a dent in how much money he has. So, of course, he did kindness, but he didn't give away anything from himself, really. But the higher level of chesed is where you have a serious nefesh for somebody else. You give away something from yourself to benefit another person, similar to Parah Aduma. You yourself, your kohen, become tamei for to help Abbas Yisrael, to help another Jew. And this is the same theme of Avraham Avinu. He gives away everything from himself to help another Jew. Pichis Ben Yair also, he left everything to redeem a Jew from captivity. And that's why Pichis Ben Yair asked, my nature is similar to Avraham Avinu. And it's also same theme as Parah Aduma, helping another Jew, giving away for another Jew, having a sacrifice to benefit someone else. And that's why Pichis Ben Yair asked, Reb Shimion, please expound on the laws of Parah Aduma. This is something connected to my soul, to my nature.